I personally do not think that salicylic acid is the most beneficial. It's definitely one of the most natural anti-acne ingredients, but I personally like benzoyl and glycolic and other things better.
Girl loved to destroy her skin. Do you know why she didn't think salicylic acid worked? Hello, I am nervous because today I'm going to be reacting to a video that I filmed 8 years ago. It's a natural, easy, inexpensive DIY papaya mask for acne. I'm a medical esthetician and I've grown a lot throughout the years, but I've struggled with acne for over 15 of them. And let me tell you, I tried everything for my skin. If a magazine told me it would work, I would try it because I was desperate. But this is a video that I have not watched for at least 8 years. I'm a little bit sweaty and terrified, but also curious to see what happens. I love reacting to videos. I love analyzing, scrutinizing, and learning along with them. But today, knowing more of the science behind skincare, the science behind different ingredients, and not currently using DIY skincare. DIY skincare is not something I recommend. We're gonna see what happens in this. We all make mistakes. I'm human. Let's go.
Hey guys, so today I want to teach you how to make your own do-it-yourself at-home papaya facial mask. And papayas are not only delicious to eat, this one's a little bit not looking too pretty, but don't worry, he'll be good for our face. Papayas are not only amazingly healthy for our bodies, full of antioxidants, they're high in sugars, but they're good with lime, but they're also great for our skin.
There's a lot happening here. So the first, sweaty. The first thing that comes up is seeing my face like this. It brings me back emotionally, which is really hard for me because even when I get like a pimple on my nose, I have this triggered fear that makes my palms sweat, it makes me a little bit shaky, and it makes me feel like I did back then. It reminds me of what it felt like to live with anxiety every single day and to feel judged by the world and judged by myself. The things that kids would say to me, like connect the dots, freak of nature, disgusting pizza face. It brings back a lot of anxiety for me. So that's a lot of nervous words for me to explain why I don't know if I should laugh and like poke fun at myself or if like I'm about to cry or like just freak out and shut down. Can you see this? Like somebody get me a paper towel because I am legit sweating. At least it doesn't smell horrible. It's hyperhidrosis, not bromohidrosis.
Especially for those who have acne or who are looking for a little bit more radiance or a lightening boost to their skin.
More stuff. Okay, she said papaya and lime. Please do not put lime on your face. What are you talking about? Lime, lemon, pure citrus can actually cause burns if you apply it to the skin and go in the sun. There are enzymes in papaya, specifically papain. This can exfoliate the skin. Enzymes are proteins that kind of speed up specific reactions in your body, but they can also help desquamate or exfoliate off skin cells on the surface of your skin in a very gentle way. They can lead to like a brightening glow, but girl, what are you talking about? Also, first off, my voice. I used to talk like this literally 24/7 because I was trying to be more likable because that's how the popular girls in school talked, and it was horrible because this is my voice and I've been teased about it all my life. I've been told it's too low, I have vocal fry. Hi, my name's Cassandra, and yes, I have vocal fry.
I'm gonna teach you guys how to do this and take you along about why it's so beneficial. It really helps for acne. The acids in here are a very mild exfoliant. Obviously, if you exfoliate in the shower, it'll be more beneficial than this exfoliator, but there are acids in here that will gently exfoliate, which is perfect for every day if you guys wanted to use it. Lightening, brightening, really brightens your skin. Also, it has different enzymes in it, and it also has a bit of estrogen in it. When applied topically, will help most people with acne. I will explain why once you put that on, but first let me tell you what you need.
Well, 8 years ago, Cassandra knew about enzymatic exfoliation. Maybe aesthetic school in 2009 actually taught me something. That was great because my first round there was not the best. What is going on with this brightening stuff? Like, that verbiage concerns me. I obviously didn't understand that at the time, but you realize that language matters because it can have subtle underlying influences on how we treat ourselves and speak to ourselves or others in the world around us. The other thing I said is that papayas have estrogen. I don't think that's true. I don't know, and I'm gonna have to research this more. I know that papayas have like phytoestrogen. There's specifically flavonoids inside of certain plant compounds or fruits like papayas. I know there's flavonoids that can like mimic estrogen, but then also like how would that topically A, get absorbed, B, help? Topically, flavonoids can help with like damage from environmental factors, kind of having antioxidant-like abilities or helping with UVA and UVB damage. It's not the same as sunscreen, but I'm gonna have to look into that claim. Cassandra, 8 years ago, am I giving you way less credit than you deserve? Or like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You are gonna wanna tie your hair up because this can get messy.
Look at this, she has the same armpits. She's still using, it might not be a skincare headband, but she's tying her hair back. Big sister Cass is proud. You guys, look at these old comments. You guys, all of these comments were 7 or 8 years ago. Do we still have Olivia in Arabic on the channel? Do we still have Brenda Styles 11? Do we have Gothic Bath 1987? Do we have Lindsay M? Is Andrea Velasco in the chat? Is Linda Figueroa in the chat? Christina Isabella. You guys, what if we liked all these comments? You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Are you out there? Are you still subscribed? Are you still a part of the beautiful butterfly family 8 years later? Can you hear me? It is now our mission to find some of these beautiful butterflies and see where they are, what they're up to, and how their life is going. Internet, you know what to do.
What you're going to need is 1 papaya, and this one's a little bit older, which is why I'm using this one because the fresh ones I want to eat. You should get a fresh or a ripe papaya or one that's maybe a day or 2 older. You also need about maybe 4 small strawberries or 2 large strawberries, then about a teaspoon of lemon juice. Now this lemon juice is optional, and if you have open cuts or sores on your face, like from acne or a scratch or something from somebody like this,
he's so tiny. Girl, what are you doing? The cat is so cute, little Mitu boy. What are you doing? It's not optional. It's don't frickin' do it. Please do not put lemon on your face. I understand that it can be formulated into a product just fine. I understand that it can be diluted, but holy guacamole, please. No guacamole on the face either. Like, it's probably not gonna hurt, but it's not gonna help. Especially the salt. Don't do the salt, don't do the lemon, please. The papaya, it's like, okay, it's probably not gonna do any harm, but it's really not gonna help. Like, get some papaya enzymes from like One Love. They have like a papaya or papain exfoliant. Use those. Don't do this. Cassandra, what are you doing?
Then you probably do not want to use this lemon juice because lemon juice is acidic and it's lightening. It will sting if it gets in your cuts. Also, since it's lightening, it's kind of like an exfoliator, again, those acids. So if you don't want to lighten up your skin, don't do that. For people who have pigmentation or those brown dark spots, this will help a lot.
No, Cassandra. Straight up lemon on the skin can make pigmentation worse. What I was talking about was hyperpigmentation or post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, which are those little brown spots that get left behind after irritation to the skin, like by a blemish. It can also happen if you're waxing. Have you ever waxed repetitively and you notice there's like a little brown mustache here? From physical trauma or damage, skin cells can respond by creating melanin as a way to protect the skin from the sun's damage, but also from other forms of damage that the skin perceives. But lemon can make that worse. Please use L-ascorbic acid vitamin C or like an esterified vitamin C, not from your lemons, not from your oranges, from a stabilized formulated product. You could use licorice extract, you could use alpha arbutin, you could use kojak, you could use so many other things. So don't do the lemon, please. Don't put lemon on your skin. Is this irresponsible for me to leave up? I feel like I might have to take this down. Like, this is irresponsible. Can you please comment and tell me, is it irresponsible? What do we do?
But especially for summer, since it is so bright outside, even though I wear sunscreen every day, I am going to opt out of using the teaspoon of lemon juice. But that's just a way to brighten you up even more. So what I'm going to do is cut this open. There's seeds in the papaya, which I'm going to scoop out, and we're gonna discard those or plant them in your backyard if you feel super spiffy.
Whoa. We brought back the spiffy word. That is a little time capsule right there. I used to say spiffy all the time. Also, 2 things that haven't changed: sunscreen and me planting random seeds from fruits and vegetables in my yard. I can't throw them out. Like, I'm just gonna throw you in the dirt and see if you grow it. The papaya seeds never grew though. I once got passion fruits and avocados to grow and figs, but then they all died because in California it became like 110 degrees one summer and just all the plants. Oh well, try again.
And we are going to mash these all up into a paste, and then I will be right back to apply it and tell you guys a little bit about why it works so well.
Real quick stop. Can you do me a favor and actually buy a skincare product for the like button? The like button has been doing these awful DIY face masks that it learned from this chick on the internet, and its skin is not improving. Please get it something that has salicylic acid or a retinoid or benzoyl peroxide in it because it needs help. It needs help with its pimples. Oh my God, look at that. It's using a product, not like a mishmash of like vegetable soup on its face, and its acne is actually improving. Science, what a concept. The subscribe button needs help with exfoliation too. Is the subscribe button exfoliated? See, that's what I'm talking about. Why the strawberries, Cassandra? Why the strawberries? I know that there are strawberry extracts, there's strawberry oil, which is actually very interesting. Also, do you know how hard it is to get oil out of a strawberry? Don't mash it up and put it on your face and waste it. Eat it. Enjoy it.
All right, so now that I have this all in a little delicious little pasty thing, we're going to apply this to our face. And sorry about the lighting, I know it's being freaky.
First off, that looks like vomit. Second off, has anyone ever smelled papaya? Like, have you ever smelled papaya? I am so sorry, but papaya smells a little bit like barf. And I'll eat it, it's delicious. But next time you have papaya, smell it. It is very, very deceiving.
We're going to apply this to our face. And sorry about the lighting, I know it's being freaky. It's just gonna do that again. And I do wanna mention that I'm using clean hands and that I am sitting on top of a towel so that I don't get the floor all dirty. But I am just going to apply this to my face. And a whole papaya is actually a lot. I'm doing this just because I need a lot of it. You actually could cut the recipe in half or in fourths, but if you're doing it with friends on a sleepover or something, then you could use the whole papaya and the 2 strawberries. But I'm going to apply this to my face. It's not gonna dry. It is very liquidy, and with lemon it will be even more liquidy. But you do want to apply this to your face evenly, and then from there we're going to let it sit. So guys, now that this is on our face, we want to let it sit for about 15 to 20 minutes, and I'll talk a little bit with you about why it's so beneficial and how it works.
Cassandra, why are you wasting food? I probably only did this 3 or 4 times. Like, I do not remember this being a regular part of my skincare routine. I'm just so impressed that 8 years ago I was diligent about my sunscreen. Pat on the back. But this, no. Pat on the back, retract. Before she starts speaking with us about who knows what she's going to talk about, papayas do have papain. It is an enzyme. It can help to exfoliate the skin mildly. Definitely has some vitamin C, which can help. The lemon, don't do it, just don't do it. When I tell you I tried everything, I tried everything.
Also, I forgot to mention, my skin is clean before this. You want to use a cleanser that not only cleans, but really doesn't leave residue on your skin. Again, sorry about the lighting, it's just gonna go berserk. You want to use a cleanser that will not leave that residue on your skin. And you could exfoliate before doing this, which would actually help this penetrate better, but it's not completely necessary.
Okay, so this is true. If you have like an oil cleanser that leaves a residue on the skin, that is always why you want to remove an oil cleanser with a regular cleanser after, because oils and waters repel, and a lot of these fruits obviously have waters, or a lot of products like serums and toners are water-based. They won't penetrate through an oily film. So yes, remove that cleanser. Exfoliating before doing this, do not exfoliate and put lemon on your skin. Do not do it. Papaya literally has enzymes in it. Like this, yeah, you're not gonna be able to penetrate this into the skin very well. Just use papaya enzymes in a product. If you don't have access to skincare, if you are financially compromised, then maybe, there are specific DIY face masks that I don't hate, specifically turmeric, haldi powder. There are reasons that I understand that works. Honey, as a vegan, I do not use, but from a medical perspective, I understand some of the benefits for wound healing and fissures. Fun fact, anal fissures. Did you know that Manuka honey was used in anal fissures? Anyways, there are certain ones that I do get behind. This is not one of them. I love you, but what are you talking about, Cassandra?
And the way these 2 things work is that we have papaya and that we have strawberries, and both of them are very beneficial. You guys know that they're healthy to eat because they're full of antioxidants. While antioxidants on the skin applied topically also have a great effect for renewing, for brightening, and for really just rejuvenating the skin. Papaya and the strawberries are both acne fighting for different reasons, but when combined together, they're even more powerful.
First off, no. Acne has been well studied and has a defined pathogenesis, meaning how it comes into fruition. We know that there is acne bacteria, Propionibacterium acnes or Cutibacterium acnes, that lives in our skin naturally. But when it overgrows, it causes problems. Now, it feeds off of the oil, the sebum that is naturally in our skin. And when that does, the bacteria creates waste products. Think of them as poops and farts. And if this is all stuck inside of your skin underneath a clog of dead skin cells because your skin is not exfoliating, that obviously grows and it creates pressure. And with that pressure, with these waste products, inflammatory cells, cytokines, basically your body goes into hyperdrive and says, yo, we gotta fix what's going on here. That's why it gets inflamed and red. We know that. We know that there are specific ingredients that have been FDA tested and approved to fight acne. There are other ingredients that can help. Things like tea tree, we know are antimicrobial, antibacterial. We know that even things like honey, yes, technically antimicrobial, antibacterial. We know that other acids such as glycolic, lactic, AHA acids can also help, malic acid. We also know that things like succinate or succinic acid can help. There have been studies on human skin that show that. Really good things that are not FDA cleared to say acne fighting. But let me tell you, papayas and strawberries are not FDA approved to treat acne, nor are they cleared to treat acne.
This mask is pretty gentle, so you could do it every day if you really wanted to, and it probably wouldn't irritate your skin. Of course, if you're allergic to it, then I wouldn't do that. If you're allergic to papaya or allergic to strawberries, then I'd say watch out, but
no, I still wouldn't recommend it every day. A papaya is like what, $4? Could you imagine having the time to sit here and do this and spend $4 on this every freaking day? Yes, allergies could happen, but also everyday exfoliation, like, I guess this isn't harsh exfoliation, but like, no. My name is no, my sign is no, my kitchen says no, and my face says no. Don't do it.
First thing you guys should know is that strawberries contain a very small amount of salicylic acid. And if you guys want a video on salicylic acid, I will link it to you here. I personally do not think that salicylic acid is the most beneficial. It's definitely one of the most natural anti-acne ingredients, but I personally like benzoyl and glycolic and other things better.
Girl loved to destroy her skin. Do you know why she didn't think salicylic acid worked? Because the only salicylic acid she tried was the Neutrogena's Naturals BS. And no, that salicylic acid did not work for her because she needed medical treatment. I love salicylic acid. I think it works wonderfully. It is medically approved to do so, but this is also why formulation matters. You could have two products, both of them say salicylic acid on the front, but on the back, you could have a different percentage of salicylic acid. They could be formulated differently. The pH of one could be lower or different. The quality of salicylic acid could be different. There's a lot of stuff that the front of the bottle won't tell you, and even the ingredients list won't tell you. Also, what is she going on about strawberries and salicylic acid? That is something I knew and I completely forgot. Unless it's formulated into a skincare product and you extract the salicylic acid from strawberries and concentrate it, it is not the same as wiping some fruit on your face.
Salicylic acid, unless you leave it on your skin, it won't do a ton. Technically, it is a very mild exfoliant, because it is an acid. Technically, it does kind of help break down that outer layer, and it can be slightly anti-inflammatory if you're really inflamed, but if you're inflamed, then taking something that's for anti-inflammation will be a lot more beneficial than just the salicylic acid. But it does have a tiny bit of that salicylic acid, which helps in combination with everything else. Our antioxidants, and what those do is that they sit on the skin and they actually absorb a little bit and help with a lot of anti-aging. Our cat's fighting behind me. Seriously? Anyways, guys, excuse all the interruptions. It's kind of like the honey facial that we did that's really gonna brighten up your skin. I will link you to a blast from the past, the honey facial, which is great for acne and radiance as well. Well, hello there. I'll link you guys to that because it's totally an old video, but I really think that'll help you too. But this is kind of similar, only it's a bit more edible. It's not as exfoliating, and it is geared a bit more towards acne.
How is it geared towards acne? Cassandra, what are you talking about? Also, those cats, you guys, my kitties were so little. Did you see Mr. Mittu? His face was so tiny. Mittu means sweetheart in Punjabi, which is why he's named that way, but he is not a sweetheart. He's kind of a jerk to some of the other cats. The honey facial, oh my god, are we gonna have to react to that next? Oh, no.
So the strawberries are really there for the salicylic and to counteract those anti-aging things, really to boost up your skin's antioxidants, fight free radicals inside of your skin, and also to kind of break down that outer layer of that plug and also go in deep and try to help with inflammation.
This was 8 years ago. I had not studied college nutrition. I had not studied medicine. I knew a little bit about the anatomy of skin, but I did not fully understand the anatomy of skin, and I still don't fully understand the anatomy of skin. But my description of how antioxidants work, like I can tell that this person is struggling to get that communicated and across. If you really wanted an antioxidant boost, go for the dried herbs and spices, which would arguably irritate the skin. Cinnamon, high in antioxidants, but it's extraordinarily irritating to the skin, right? It's a bark. We learn along the way.
Now, papaya in itself is a very, very interesting fruit, and the way it works is a bit more natural enzymes and even estrogen. And you guys know estrogen is a female hormone. If you have too much testosterone in your body, you're gonna get a lot of acne. And if you have way too much estrogen, you could get a lot of acne too. So you really have to have a balance of these two things. And the problem for me is that I can't take estrogen in foods or internally because I will start to break out terribly. And that's just the way my body reacts to it. But papaya has the estrogen naturally in it. So when applied topically, it's not going to affect my body the way estrogen normally does, but it'll topically balance out those hormone levels.
What am I talking about here? I do not believe that papaya has actual estrogen in it. There's phytoestrogen or phytosterols. There's phytocompounds from plants. There's flavonoids, which can mimic estrogen, but I don't believe there's estrogen in papaya. Also, just because you're applying something topically doesn't mean it's penetrating. It doesn't mean it's working the same. I've never been on birth control. How would I have known that I didn't do well with estrogen? Because have I taken estrogen? I mean, I was on a lot of medications when I was younger. I just don't know what you're talking about. That's all.
So, because when you eat estrogen, if you're taking an estrogen supplement, you're gonna get that all up in your body. And my body just can't handle that for some reason. My body has a higher level of testosterone, which could be causing some of the acne and probably is. But that estrogen topically doesn't cause those adverse side effects for me, but it still works. Like tofu and stuff, I used to eat it all the time, but I would have really bad reactions. And a lot of other people might as well. And if you're allergic to things like that, the allergies and that inflammation could also be aggravating the acne.
True. Allergies can aggravate acne, but girl, hey honey, future you is going to live off of tofu and have clear skin. And avoiding the processed meat and dairy is actually part of what you are going to attribute your future healthy glowing skin to. Can I just say, if you have issues with your hormone balance, get it checked by a doctor. Unless your doctor specifically says you can't have papaya, it is totally fine to have papaya, even if you have an estrogen imbalance, even if you have a testosterone imbalance. Also, it's not just a female hormone. I understand testosterone is seen as like a male sex hormone. It is a male sex hormone, but all sexes, all genders have balances of testosterone and estrogen. Those will be different for different sexes. However, it is important to note that all sexes do have a balance of these different things. And eating papaya is not going to make you estrogen dominant.
Papaya has this estrogen which will help topically balance out some of those hormones, and it also has a lot of great enzymes. Those enzymes, when they sit on the skin and when they soak in, they're gonna brighten it, they're gonna lighten it, and they're really gonna help to diminish the acne and even a lot of the marks that the acne makes. So if you're the kind of person, you have acne and you do not even pick, and you still get marks on your face once the acne's gone, this would be a great mask for you because it will help with some of those marks.
It's not gonna help a ton with those marks. Enzymatic action or enzyme peels, yes, they can help a little bit, but if you're struggling with pigmentation or hyperpigmentation, use tyrosinase inhibitors, use actual vitamin C in a product, use licorice, use tranexamic acid, use alpha-arbutin. Can we just compliment her? She is young and insecure and she is trying her best. We love that.
Enzymes also accelerate the skin's healing, and we know that acne is hurt and it's open and it needs to be healed. So when these enzymes sit on top of the skin, they really boost up that healing. They do exfoliate a little bit because of the acids in the papaya. Papaya has acids that will gently exfoliate the skin. Again, it's enough for every day, so you don't have to be worried about that. But it will kind of speed up that healing process, which means that we're gonna get the pimples out sooner and we're gonna get clear skin faster. Of course, when doing this mask, you're gonna need to use other things as well. But I will link you to the honey facial, and I will link you to a couple of other acne videos that might help. But this is a great DIY, do-it-yourself, at-home facial.
This is not a great DIY facial. This is a great waste of food and money. Is there anything that is healing to the skin? I mean, vitamin C could technically maybe help when it comes to, or like acids, they can help with exfoliation and therefore they can lead to collagen stimulation and enzymatic action, but like, yeah, this is a lot. There's a lot to unpack here.
I would say once or twice a week, maybe the honey facial once a week, and it can really help boost up your skin because not only are you using acne products that are meant to fight acne, but you're using something natural that the earth intended that won't aggravate your acne, but that won't hurt and will help just that little bit that you need.
It can hurt. There is not much in here that will help. And again, this was this fallacy that I believed that natural was better. Natural does not always mean better. It does not always mean safer. It is usually less well studied and less proven. You might find some good products. There are going to be some really great formulas that come out of these clean brands, but I need you to understand that if you buy those, I don't want you buying them for the hype. I want you buying them based on the ingredients, the texture and the feel, the formulation, or how you identify with the brand. It's getting really, really bad, and there's like a lot of misinformation. We've seen a little bit of misinformation in this video as well, coming from someone who doesn't understand these things as well as she someday will. And even me today, Cassandra, does not understand these things as well as I someday will. The reason that medicine is practiced, it's never mastered. You don't master medicine. It's because you're always practicing, you're always learning, you're always trying to achieve new things. And I have a long way to go, but this girl has even farther. God, the honey facial, is that what we have to react to next? I pushed that to the back of my memories. Is that what's next? Cassandra, stop wiping food on your face. And that's the lesson for today.
So yeah, I'm gonna let this sit on my skin a little bit longer and then wash it off. Like the honey facial, you could go into the shower and let the steam penetrate or hold a towel over your head. I would recommend doing that with this. It would still work. I don't think it's as necessary as the honey facial. Honey facial, it's definitely a great idea. To do that with this is a good idea, but it's not necessary. And when you remove it, you just want to use warm water and then just very, very gently kind of, just get it off your skin. So I'm gonna let this sit for about 10 more minutes and be right back. All right, guys, so I've completely removed that, and when you remove it, you want kind of warm, lukewarm water, and you just want to rinse very carefully. And when you're rinsing, you'll notice something.
She takes the papaya strawberry mask off, and she still has acne. Months, weeks, years later, after this, she still had acne. Papayas and strawberries are not going to cure your acne. She does look fresh and exfoliated, but like she also just washed her face.
Chunks, the little seeds from the strawberry and the papaya, you want to completely remove those from your skin. Now, if you're doing this in the morning, if you're going to be out in the sun all day, or if you're going to wear makeup, you want to completely remove everything and just get it off. But you'll notice that after you take off the chunks, there's almost like a little slimy, not super slimy, but it's like a serum on your skin that stays on there. Like I said, if you're going outside, we talked about how it could be a mild exfoliator. So of course you don't want to go outside and be exfoliating all day. You want to put sunscreen on. And under makeup, it wouldn't stick. The makeup wouldn't stick right. So remove it completely.
Cassandra's partially kind of skating the line of redemption with her sunscreen recommendation. At least 8 years ago, I knew about the sunscreen.
If you are doing this before bedtime, or if you're just not going to be wearing makeup for the rest of the day or not going to be going outside, you can actually leave a little bit of that slime on. And it's not gross slime, it's like a little serum. It's not sticky or anything. Remove, of course, the beads and the chunks of papaya, but when it mixes with the water, it goes from being sticky and slimy to almost like being a very, very soft serum. You can leave that on overnight and it will just completely absorb into your skin by the time that you wake up the next morning. But even if you do this in the morning, you don't go outside and you leave that little serum on just with a little bit of water, it doesn't have to be wet the whole time, but it will actually absorb into your skin and you will be getting those beneficial ingredients all day long and throughout the next day as well. But the skin is, of course, invigorated, it's brightened, it feels so soft, again, like the honey facial, it feels like a baby's bottom, and I just adore it. I'm just like, oh, I want to touch my face all day, but that's not a good idea because with acne, we shouldn't be touching our face now. But over time, especially if you do this once or twice a week, it should help with the acne, especially if your acne is hormone related or very inflammatory, especially for adult acne. This is great for teenage acne, but especially if you have a mom. Kitty, stop chasing the other kitty. Especially if you have a parent or a mom or someone who has really inflammatory adult acne, this will be great for them as well.
Especially wrong she is. Hormonal acne comes from hormonal imbalances that need to be treated medically. Papaya and strawberries aren't gonna help. I sound like a broken record, but they're not gonna fix the acne. I'm sorry, they're not gonna do it, okay?
So I think it's great for everyone. Again, it's natural. There's no reason not to try it. It's very inexpensive, it's cheap, and I love it.
There are reasons not to try it. It is not inexpensive. Papayas be motherfucking expensive. I no longer recommend it. Cats, sunscreen, some things never change, and neither does the outro.
We're gonna go eat it or save it for next time. But I love you guys so much. Again, I hope this helped you, and I can't wait to talk to y'all in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.